recognizing the symptoms and seeking support for PTSD. I think understanding what to look for, understanding that it can happen to you, and not having that sort of approach where we think, I'm okay, um, is sometimes that, what we see an awful lot of the time, because individuals don't necessarily pick up on um, that I am suffering from a particular traumatic experience, and it's having a bigger impact on my life than what I first thought. So I think it's really important to know what symptoms to look for, even if your loved one may be experiencing symptoms, or they might be shutting down and sort of pulling away and withdrawing a little bit. These are things to be able to keep an eye on, and just sort of be able to jump onto them as quick as we possibly can. There are people in particular roles out there, such as first responders, police officers, for example, that are repeatedly exposed to quite stressful and traumatic experiences. And so there is a chance that experiences do leave their mark. And so, this impedes how we actually live our day-to-day life. So it's super important to be able to keep an eye out. If you know somebody, or you're experiencing flashbacks, or, intrusive memories that come into your mind about a particular event that you've experienced, or you find yourself, avoiding particular areas or situations, or anything for that matter that's going to trigger memories or evoke emotion about that particular experience, that's potentially going to fall into this bucket of symptoms for PTSD. There's obviously it's a complex disorder, and there are other things that we need to look at, but I think these are quite intrusive sort of symptoms. You may feel that you're living really on edge and, quite reactive to life in general. So, whether you're quite startled or walking on eggshells, feeling that fairly constantly is something to be aware of. If you've had negative changes to your mood, if you're feeling really low, if you feel like there's feelings of guilt or numbness, and really not feeling a lot at all, for example, that is also something to be aware of. The key takeaway is you're not alone, okay? There is some help available. Reach out to family and friends, and hopefully reach out to a mental health professional as well. It could potentially make the world of difference. I think support is only a conversation away. So keep an eye out for those type of symptoms. Be courageous, and don't forget self-care.